Well, here we are again. We're live, and it is Thursday. And got back from riding, and I'm getting arugula ready to plant for microgreens. And I had the request to show what I do, and so I will show you step by step. And today's the first step. So I've got my cocoa core soaking in the sink here. So I'll show you that. Let me just see. It starts out very dry and compressed, and you just soak it in water, and it expands. And now I'm gonna pick it up because it's got holes in it, so I can drain it. But you don't want it too wet when you plant the seeds. Let me dump that out. This cocoa core is different than the cocoa core that I used. The first cocoa core was a lot more smaller, much smaller. These are pretty big chunks, but we'll see. We'll try it. This I got from Costco, so I'm not exactly sure. But you know what the heck? We gotta test these things out. It's a big chunk, but I smell chemical. So I smell a rat, which, of course, we don't want in our microgreens. That would be defeating the purpose. But it was there, and I grabbed it. So we'll see. Okay. Now, there it is. And I'm going to add worm casting to it. You add about 20% worm casting. So I'm just going to put it on here, and I'm going to mix it in. And then I'll plant my seeds. Just need a handful. I'm making a little bit of a mess here because that's what I do. Right, Stephen? So when I got home from biking, I made a big, huge salad and just used leftover dressings. There. And I got some soil in here that I want. So I'm going to gather it up and add it to my mix here. That's nice, fine soil. I don't want to waste it. So we'll see. If this doesn't work, I'll go back to my, I use the sproutingpeople.org. That's the website I use to get my seeds. And they've been really good. Get this out of here. There's some leftover salad from lunch. I better take that out. All right. So let's bring this over here. And now, who's here? Hi, Katie. Hey, Katie. Somebody asked me if I do this arugula online, so that's what I'm doing. Now I've got my cocoa core ready, and I'm gonna sprinkle the seeds on here. It's very chunky cocoa core. cocoa coir. COCOCUIR. Okay, here are my sprouting arugula seeds. So my hand's kind of wet. So I'm thinking I'll use a container to sprinkle. I'm just going to take some and I'm just going to sprinkle them on here like so. And this is like the third time I've made these. So I'm just a beginner myself, but it's so simple. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, that just about covers it. Let's just fill in a little bit here. Places where they're... It's pretty good though. That was a quarter cup. And then just a little bit more just to fill in the empty spaces. And now I'm going to take a squirt bottle and spray the seeds so that they're all wet. And I'm just using filtered water. And we'll just get these guys all started here. And then I will just water from the bottom. So meaning I'll put water in the bottom tray and then it can just soak in the water when it wants it. Then I'm going to take this top tray and I'm going to set it over top, and then I've got a towel over where it sits, and I'll put the towel over the hole so that no light gets in, and I'll check it in 24 hours. And then I'll check it again in the next 24 hours, and it'll be yellow, and then it should start sprouting up even in 24 hours. So it's pretty cool. And that's it. So the toughest thing here, I'll show you my worm casting. I just got this on Amazon, and it's wiggle worm, and you can get it at Walmart, but it was just about the same price off of Amazon for 12 pounds. So, and you saw I just used a little bit, so it'll last me a long time. Let me show you my cocoa coir. Here's my cocoa coir. When I first got this, I thought, what am I going to do with it? Out. You can see it's this big block of dirt. And so what I did is I take a hammer and I just start beating on it. And I had something sharp. And then you can just, get it. There's a grain here, and you can slice it down along the grain, and it works. So I just want to wrap it up so it doesn't get moisture. Till next time. I'll use another batch each time you make a batch. So I'm just keeping it over by my plants. You want to see my plants? Maybe you don't, but I'm going to show you anyway. Let's see, I got to come unplugged here. I don't know if that's going to do something or not, but we'll try. It is on a battery. So here's my orchid, my beautiful orchid. Look at those orchid flowers. It's the most beautiful thing. I almost killed this plant several times, and now it's just beautiful. And then this is an avocado tree that Steven's trying to grow. And then we got our green plants. And over here, I've got baby orchids that came off an old mama orchid. She had 3 babies, and then she passed away. So I'm bringing up the babies. And I have a couple basil plants. I've got a sage plant and a dill. My cute little baby dill. And then this is a basil too. Oops, he's wet. I'll have to make sure he's not too wet. So that's my plant collection. And they pretty much, yeah, kikis, I think you call the baby orchids. And they come off the mature orchid when the mature orchid is feeling stressed, like they've got to go. They'll make a baby first. With their last breaths, they'll make a baby. Pretty cool. Oh, and we've had 2 baby fawns, and they were left by their mother up in the yard, which we looked it up, and it's because the mama has a very strong scent, which is dangerous for the baby. So she will actually have the baby, and then the baby will lie perfectly still in tall grass, and no one will find it. And it gives the baby time to rest and get strength. And then the mom will come back, sometimes in as much as 24 hours. She'll wait, and then the baby can go with her. So that was pretty cool. Learning all kinds of stuff. The geese, none of the geese babies have made it so far. There was a family of 5, and they all disappeared. So there's somebody's feeding off the baby geese right now this year. Katie, good. Yeah. So you've heard that when a plant is near the end of its life or it's stressed, it'll make seeds. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, it'll bolt. Yeah, that's true too. My thyme, I've got the herb thyme outside, and it's seeded. Well, it's flowering, and then it'll seed because I don't know. I wasn't really paying much attention to it. So you can't ignore plants. So. Oh, okay. Well, that's the first day. The arugula will be, I'll show you my schedule. I'll check it. I have when I started it. Oh, when did I start it today? I started it, let's say 6 o'clock. So you check it in 24 hours, and then another 24 hours, and then 36 hours, 24 hours, 18 hours. 48 hours, 24 hours, and you do different things. So the first 24 hours, you just check it. The second 24 hours, and you water it if it needed or missed it a little bit. Keep them covered, and then 36 hours later, after the first 24 hours, you uncover it. And then 36 hours later, it'll be green. And then 24 hours later, you water it from the sides or from the bottom. I'm going to do it from the bottom. And then 18 hours, you give it a little bit more light. And then 48 hours, I put it under the lights. And then the day after that, I harvest it. So it's quite the process, but not any big deal. It doesn't take any big amount of time or anything. My little notes. And the sproutpeople.org, he's got a video, and that's where I got this from his video. So that's day 1 of sprouts. No big deal. So I'm going to go. See you next time, Katie. Good to see ya.